getting it, we're getting it going. And so we got it going and we got it going. So anyway, I have a little technical difficulty, so let's get on with it. Right now, it is Fantastic Friday, Lurkers, Snoops, and Kissing Frogs, part two from our Lurkers for our first one, Lurkers, Snoops, and Frauds. So now we change the frauds with Kissing Frogs, Frogs. So there you go. There's the pictures either below me, beside me, or above me, whatever. We're not going to worry about it. And so we just love to be who we are when we do things. So let's get this thing together a little bit. Okay, there you go. So there you have it right there. And so there that is. So we got to get it together. So hey, we got the lurker right there, peeking around a corner, looking to kiss some frogs. There he is. Or there she is. Or there it is. Whatever it is. You put in your situation and just see what it is. Excuse me there. Oh, there's our favorite out there, Total Square Elegance One. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon, everyone. Also, forgive me for my manners. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. So, are you out there kissing frogs? It's Friday. You about to get caught up in the rapture? Yeah, yeah. You going somewhere where you know there's a lot of frogs, and you trying to kiss one, trying to do some things with those frogs. You know it's Fantastic Friday. You're gonna have a great weekend, but why you gonna mess it up with trying to do something that's convenient and it's not necessarily your cup of tea? You might have regret later, or you may pick up something extra in your health that you might have to go see about, some kind of shot or pill or a combo thereof. So listen here. So these frogs out here, they just like a fraud. They put things out. They know they ain't capable, and so you get snatched up. You see them in the club. Maybe you had a few drinks. Maybe you're down on your luck. Maybe your paycheck came in and it had wings on it. It just it touched your pocket, but it just flew away because you just got so much going on. A lot of stress and a lot of bills chasing you and other things of that nature. Family drama, hood drama, being rich drama, 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 drama. Enough drama to have your own reality show. See it play out every day on social media. Oh yeah, oh yeah, ribbit, ribbit. But them frogs is out there waiting to pounce. Look at them. They sitting there. Look at them, waiting to take the leap. Look at them. Look at them. They catch everything coming on by, sitting there. But you are sitting up there, peeking around the corner at them with a smile on your face. You ever heard they say the men in black? They never say women in black. They just say the men in black. But we know there's women out there that are in black. So, hey, whatever. Put in your gender. We ain't got no issues with you. Put your gender in there and keep on rolling. You know what it is with me. So look at it. So look at it. Frogs down there just waiting to pounce. Oh, and there's one that's turned around, looking at the snoop slash lurker. Look at that lurker. And the frog is ready. Pick me, pick me, ribbit, pick me, ribbit. You know, and oh my, it's a total Acrylic one says all of that in a bag of, and it's a bag of BS, and you getting ready to partake in it. So on this Fantastic Friday, be careful out there. Do what you need to do, have fun, but don't make no mistakes. They got outbreaks of things out here that ain't great. You know, it's not great. You just want to be who you need to be. So the lurkers and the snoops, what we mean by snoops, that's an old school term. We don't mean it by anybody now, but that's an old school term that they used to say when people were nosy. Okay, that's what that is. So I got an email. Somebody was telling me you might be doing this or saying about. No, that's not what we're mean. Okay, so if you're younger than a certain age, you're not gonna know that. So this is an old school term. When they say snoops, this means somebody that's no noisy, or nosy, excuse me, they're nosy and want to know everybody else's business. Don't get caught up in the hype because knowing somebody else's business is not about you. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, don't worry about it. Now, if you in somewhere in a public space and somebody pops a cap out, or pew pew like they be saying now, and start shooting, then that concerns you. Then you got to know where that person is at or those people are at. But other than that, as long as you feel safe and comfortable, stay away from them frogs. Them frogs be turning backflips to get to you, especially if you're a quality individual, especially if you got some looks or some things that they find attractive. Don't kiss the frogs. Don't do it. Might come away with something that becomes a stalker because they're not used to having a type of individual, quality individual like you. So it's important. And this is a public service announcement or what they call a PSA. So I'm a winner. I got on my winner's hat, obviously. You know, that's what that stands for, winners. That's what it stands for. So I'm giving you a winning thing today, a winning topic. Win every day, baby. Win every day. But, if you got to go kiss some frogs, just understand it might be a learning experience. But then if you kiss a frog and you like it, remember you got to wake up next to that person for a long time, especially if you tie the knot, jump the broom, whatever it is, or you decide you're going to be with that person. So remember that. So we're not saying frogs ain't right. We're not saying that. We're not saying that frogs ain't gonna let you make you have a good night. But we're not saying that frogs is got to close your eyes, put a bag on your face. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about frogs. We're talking about the whole 360 deal. All right, the whole Griveter Association. And so one of those things is that when it walks like a frog, talks like a frog, and is a frog, it's a frog. You see those frogs right there? That's all they're going to do. They do what frogs do. That's the best frogs you're going to see. They sit, they wait, they stick their tongue out, ribbit, ribbit. They got different sounds that they make. They eat a lot of bugs. They usually live by the swamps if they live, or if they're acclimated and evolved, they're living all over the earth. So okay, so Total underscore elegance one says frogs equal people. Oh yes, they equal people, places and things. You can be at a place that's got frogs. You know what I mean? It's just a whole slew of them just sitting up there, and you feel out of place because you know you're not supposed to be there. So that's what we're talking about. The frogs. That was the question. The frogs equal people. Yes, they do. So we're not saying judge people. We just know that sometimes you shouldn't be certain places. You can feel it in your heart. Or sometimes you shouldn't be messing with this type of individual and you can feel it in your heart, but you're not listening. Everyone goes through different things. Total underscore elegance one says very interesting concept. Oh yeah, for sure. It is very interesting because it's you go through growing pains as you're growing up, and then once you get a certain age, you still go through growing pains, but you should know better. You should be better. If you just don't know, you don't know. You're naive. That's fine. But once you partake in that situation, grib it. Once you partake, then it ain't gonna happen. So today I'm all full of frog sounds because you know why? Because that's the only way to get some people to listen. So I don't consider myself a frog. I consider myself a quality person. So anyway, what I mean by quality is that I take care of myself. You know what I mean? I'm good to others. I'm good to myself. And let the chips fall where they're gonna fall. You know what I mean? But as long as in my heart, I know that I did the right things for that time. And then I did things that was able to move me forward and maybe the other person forward, then that's all I care about. Because I did the best I could do. I can honestly say if I walked away, I did the best I could do. That's how it goes. And Total Score One said the first time is a mistake, and then they say the second time is a curiosity. That's interesting. Now that first time, yeah, that's right. That was a mistake. And then the second time is curiosity, right? Well, there's a lot of people that want to be Captain Save a Hole, whether they be man or woman or other, okay, or gender, whatever it is. All right. Sometimes that curiosity, people want to save people. That's fine. But you got to realize that you can't expend all your energy trying to save that frog. You got to let the frog do what the frog do. And the frog might turn into a prince, like the old story goes. Might be a prince, but sometimes the frog has to go through things. And then as the frog is moving forward in their life, they turn from one side to the other. And then they make the changes that they need to make so that they can have a better capacity. And a lot of that is a better mental capacity, a better mental intellect, a better situation of life and living. So that frog might turn into a princess, might turn into a prince, or whatever else you want it to be. So hey, if you're one of those, if you got a gender situation, and it might turn into something else. So we ain't got no issues with you. We just keep on rolling, all right? So don't be taking me personal, and don't look at it that way. I just speak from a man's perspective. That's what I always say on every dang near everything I do. So who cares about what issues you have with yourself? Who cares about what issues that you have, and you can't be a complete person, a fully actualized person out here in society? And that's what we got right now. That's why we're talking about this today. There's a lot of frogs out here that don't see their way out or don't see the way they are. Oh yeah, and total underscore elegance one says the third time becomes your lifestyle. That's right. That is right. So it's important. Remember, it's 21 days to change a habit, to change your lifestyle, to make sure that you move forward. So the best thing to do is to get yourself disciplined, understand what you like and what you don't like. And then if you meet somebody or some things, then you got to make compromises and things to be with that person. So what makes them a frog is if they're not willing to change. If they're older and they're not willing to change and that's their lifestyle, then it's a little bit harder for them to change. So in theory, it just depends on where their mentality and intellect is. And so that's what we're talking about, mentality and intellect versus the frog syndrome out here. And that frog syndrome, if you're a person you like saving people, just remember they don't have to do what you do. Oh yeah, and then Total on Scroll Against One says, you mean they might be stuck in the hamster wheel? Exactly. Exactly. That's what we did on our previous post, that hamster wheelology. Just the hamster's just running, 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 and it's running. And so that's the part that everybody gets. And that when you're on that hamster wheel and that became your lifestyle, then don't expect to be fully fulfilled or fully actuated as a person because you can stifle your own growth. You can stifle who you are. You can go from being a prince to a frog and then go back again if you from a frog to a prince or from a princess to a frogette, or back to a princess. You can always make changes in life. All you got to do is get up and say, I'm going to be disciplined. This is who I want to be. And this is how I'm going to do it. And you got a plan and a strategy and an exit strategy. That's what you need to make it better. So, what we like to say is the best things in life are free. And when you can change yourself for free, that's how it goes. So, don't be a frog out here and don't be a lurker or a snoops. All right. Or a snoops. The snoop meaning one that is very nosy. You know what I mean? Want to know what everybody else is doing and not focusing on themselves. So when you don't focus on yourself, that make you a frog. When you realize that, you realize, okay, I got to get back over into this other category and I got to raise the level. I got to be up here. So there that is. And so anyway, we want you to just have a great day and be blessed and to do the things necessary that's going to make you better than the rest. Right on, right on, right on. And like I always say, what I want for others, I want for myself. And what I want for myself, I want for others. So have a great weekend. Be looking. We're gonna post some more. We're gonna do some AI situations and we're gonna get this thing up and rolling. And so just be looking out. And so we happy to see you. And oh yeah, Total underscore elegance one says thank you for the positive vibes. That's right. And we're gonna keep it positive and you guys keep it rolling. But when you out here, look for them frogs. And you know a frog when you see one. And when you see one, know what it is. So if you partake of it, it could be a curiosity or a lifestyle. But if you already made that first mistake, stay at the first mistake. Don't cross that border anymore. Right on, right on, right on. Total on skill against one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right on. Have a great day. And be the best that you can be and do the best for yourself. Right on, right on, right on.